Hello, this is Group 4, Christian, Ryan, Connor, and Raleigh, and our analysis of the Breeden security case. So here's a brief overview of our presentation, and this will cover our findings, and we'll discuss some of the key problems within the case, as well as discuss our analysis and the knowledge that we learned from studying this case. And then at the end, we're going to close with some remarks and our opinions, as well as the biggest takeaways that we have from the case.
So the key problems and the decisions and their importance. What sales figures are needed to reach a $210,000 target profit price? With a target profit price, it sets a clear and understood goal of what the business wants, in this case, $210,000. Once this goal is established, it is easier to set marks for the company of what sales will be needed to be and cost of production. In other words, once you have a goal, you can then establish these steps to achieve that goal. The break-even volume would be that next step once that goal is established. This will let Breeden Security know when they're crossing the line and become a profitable business. Also, this allows the business the opportunity to change prices once they break even, because from that moment forward, they're making a profitable return. If production levels change, how would that affect the business? If you change 8,000 units for the RC1 and 4,000 units for the RC2 per month, what would those costs be? It's an important issue to address because this will give Breeden Security an idea of how they can maneuver to meet possible changes in demand. Given them a plan B, if the initial plan of 10,000 for the RC1 and 5,000 for the RC2 didn't work out.
So these are some key terms, formulas, and calculations just needed to be successful in completing the case and really understand what's going on within the company. So the first one's pretty obvious, the break-even formula. So this gives the company just kind of like insight on what they need to do to break even, and once they reach that break-even point, it'll help them be successful and actually turn a profit. And then underneath is we have direct costing, absorption cost, and the direct costing is used for internal financial reports for the company to just solve for what they need to solve for. And then the absorption costing is used for external financials statements and income tax reports within the company. And then the last formula here, we have the target profit quantity formula. And this will help the company because you have to really set a target that you want to be profitable at, so that you can put a plan in place to reach that goal, to actually turn a profit and reach the goal that you've set at the beginning.
So for this company, some hard skills are required. Sales are critical because they are necessary to drive the business forward. As sales go up and down, they play a major factor in the price and success of the overall company. Financial analysis, that was the main focus of this case, and the accurate financial analysis for the budget of 2008. This is the backbone for any solid company because it's able to tell us a story for the year for the business. This may lead to some improvements and highlight any missing areas and areas where they may need to improve. Budgeting, it's not only important for personal finances, but also for the business. When a company can maintain and establish a budget, their odds of success grow exponentially. Product management, the ability to minimize the fixed and variable costs of a product and ensure the highest efficiency levels in products are very important. If production is not managed properly, the business could lose valuable time and money. Soft skills required, efficiency, precision, and accommodation. Efficiency is very important in this case because it's what's behind both the budget and the production. The two have to be completely in sync to increase the odds of success. The budget and the financial statement within an organization need to be accurate and precise as possible. This is because these statements give insight into your company for future investors, as well as highlight some improvement areas for managers. The ability to accommodate and adapt the situation is very clear. You also need to adjust the sales for RC1, RC2 to point out the business needs to be able to maneuver to the best situation available. Even if it's a hard road to travel and situations need to change and accommodate those needs.
So some additional questions and areas that we think could build on this case. The first being, what type of local competition is in the United States versus what's in Europe? As the case points out, their product has an advantage over almost all competition, but who is that remaining competition, and what percentage of the market share do they currently own? Because that could play a major role in sales. If the market is currently owned by one or two historical companies, the new business might not do as well. The next question we have is, since the price of the RC2 is higher, would it be possible to decrease the price to $22 and offset that by an appropriate increase in production? This would give it Breeden an even greater advantage, and it could result in more sales. It might result in the market picking their device over the remaining competition if they sell at a low price. And finally, since the company is only 2 years old, is that $210,000 profit target even possible? If it had not gotten into, if it's just getting into the market, it'd be difficult for them to hit that kind of number right off the bat. And we'd like to see what leads them to believe that reaching that number is even attainable.
Okay, for the executive takeaway, the weighted average contribution margin per unit plays a big role in determining the target profit point and what will be needed in order to reach their goals. This is what allows the business to know what on average each unit's when they are two different products and the difference they will be from the sales price, thereby allowing you to compute your other data more accurately. The second point is that the company needs to be aware that they need to have a few different plans. In this case, it was changing the production levels and the result it would have on the target profit point. This is especially important for a newer company such as Breeden, as they've only been in the area about for 2 years and they still have to establish their own share of the market. In conclusion, as we increase the production of the units, the costs were driven down. This will drive down the price of the products and it will most likely result in an increase in sales and therefore an increase in revenue. This will be very beneficial to the future success of Breeden Security. Ultimately, direct costing is much more accurate. This allows for a better, more precise review of the financial statements, which will give insight into how they establish production lines and sales prices. This data will help a company be more efficient and save more resources than just through absorption costing. Thank you guys and have a great day.